Well, hello there. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for you to be here today. I have some awesome DIYs and one little quick hack here. I just wanted to make sure to tell you guys, oh my gosh, I hit 2,000 subscribers, guys. I remember when I started and I had one subscriber, which was my husband. And so this feels so good. And again, I wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have no idea what this means to be able to share my craft with you, and make sure to do all the YouTube things while you're here. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And let's get on to this DIY. So I got these buggies from the Dollar Tree. They are super cool and in the toy section. It did take me a little while to find them. I have looked several times and I finally hit the jackpot and found three, which is what I was going for. Because, of course, I do all things in threes. So this is my favorite gold spray paint. It's kind of like a brassy gold, and I just picked mine up from Ace Hardware, but you can use whatever color that you want. So I took them out to my messy little area and I gave them a good coat of spray paint to cover up their original colors. So you've probably seen this in other DIYs or, in stores, and I just love this. And honestly, these are going to stay out year round for me because it matches my decor in my home. But if you wanted to add a little extra buggy funness to your Halloween decor or just your regular decor, if you're like me, then this project is definitely for you. So everything for this project came from the dollar store minus the spray paint. These are the little wooden cubes that you can get in the crafter's square corner. And then I just took my drill and I picked out a drill bit that matched the size of my little wooden bamboo skewer sticks. And then I just took a straight edge and I made an X from corner to corner. And then right in the center there, I drilled the hole so I knew that they would be centered. So I went ahead and put some hot glue into the holes and pushed my bamboo skewer sticks in there, and that is it. If you don't want to use hot glue, you can definitely use wood glue. I probably would have if I wasn't, for recording purposes. It takes a little bit longer for those things to dry. So for me, hot glue works. And since I can control the temperature in my home, I know that the hot glue isn't going to melt or anything. So I am painting the skewer stick here with a real bright gold, metallic gold color that I got. This paint is from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or one of those. I think I paid 75 cents for it, maybe even Walmart. I don't know. I get my little acrylic paints every time I go to the store because I'm always running out. And I just took a little sanding block and I sanded these little suckers because they were a little rough on the top. And so I definitely, if you don't mind sanding, then you could do this, or you could just flip the block and use the smooth side, and then disguise the rougher side, like towards the back, however you want to do it, whatever makes your little heart content. So this is just Antique Wax by Waverly. Yes. And I'm adding a little water to it to thin it out, and I'm using this as my stain. So if you don't have this, the best way to do stain is you're just going to add a little brown acrylic paint into some water, and it literally does the same effect. So you don't have to have exactly what I have to make this happen. You can use what you have, you just make it work. So I have bottles of this because it's like my favorite stain because it doesn't smell like stain, but it looks like stain when you put it on wood. So that's why I always have it on hand. And so let me tell you, that big bottle will last you a long time. So if you get a big bottle, you are going to have antique wax for days and you can stain all your little stuff to your heart's content. So I am just going around all the sides of the blocks and I am painting on the watered down antique wax. And then I'm taking my little paper towel there and wiping off the excess as we go. And I even did the bottom because, I just wanted to be thorough and make sure the whole thing was done there. And I went ahead and I did this to all three of them. This is just the black chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree and my little squatty brush. And I'm just going to dry brush around the edges of the wood to give it more of an aged look here. So you're just going to go all the way around and kind of put it on however you like. If you do a little too much, no worries. You could take a little bit more of that antique wax and cover it up. It is not a difficult thing to do. But dry brushing, I mean that I just put some color on some paint on my brush, and then you see there that I'm dabbing it off to like get the excess off so it doesn't have, it's not completely saturated. You want it to be lightly saturated just to give you enough color, but to not put like a streak of color on your project. So I am just going around the whole thing here, and I'm adding a little bit more where I want it, and then I'll take some away if I don't like it. So I just think this adds another little spooky effect to your blocks here, and it gives it a look of aged wood instead of just some wood that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. So that's why I added this extra piece to this, because I like things to look like they've been around for a while, and it really completes the whole project. So see here is I had a couple areas where I had felt like I had too much black paint on there, and then one of the bottoms I forgot to do, so I just go back over. And as you can see there, there's a hole on the bottom, and that's because even though I had put the pretty little lines to make it in the center, my drill skipped and it went a little bit to the side, so I just flipped it over and used the other side to drill my hole. So now we have the bases done and the wooden skewer sticks done. And now we're going to go get our little buggies from outside because they're dry. And we're going to use the same squatty little brush here. And we're going to dry brush black on it to give the details of our little beetle friend here some accents. And do as little as you want, as much as you want. You could do a totally different color. This just really looked like the ones that I have seen in magazines and on websites and that are really, really expensive. And then I used the same drill bit and I just drilled a hole in his butt. So I did all three of these the exact same way. I painted them outside. I brought them in and I dry brushed them. And then I put a little hole in its butt, a little glue on the end of the stick, and I slid it on, and it's just that simple there. This is such a cool project. I cannot wait to see if you guys complete it. And it was so inexpensive. So I wanted the bugs to vary in height. So I just cut down my bamboo skewer sticks to the height that I liked. And then I just adhered my little buggy to it. And look at him, isn't he adorbs? You would think that I went and got that somewhere high end. But this cost me $2.50 per bug. I think that is a pretty good price for such a high-end piece. If you look them up, like taxidermy, bugs or whatever, like they're super expensive. So this is my idea of how to do this one. And if you don't have a drill, you can always just glue the stick directly onto the top. It may not be as sturdy, but if you don't have one, go find one of your friends that has a drill and drill you some holes into that. So definitely the holes are going to help a lot here. So here is our little bee friend, and we are just going to dry brush him as well. And the little tags were stuck into the plastic, so I went ahead and just got my little nippers and I nipped that right off. And here it is. I think it looks so cool. So cool. If you don't want to do, the box with the stick, in another shot here, you're going to see 3 boxes that I had got from they're fall signs and they're a perfect square. And I was almost going to paint those and then set these in them and hang this on the wall. But I really like the mounted on the stick version of this. And then for the grasshopper, if you do the grasshopper, I put the hole like in his underside of his belly so that it would hang down further there. And so I just, like I said, I cut the bamboo sticks to go to stagger in height here. I just think came out so cool. And again, you guys, it's the angle. I do what I can. You get the point. So here they are in all their glory on my shelf. And that is where they're going to go. And literally my daughter walked in the door, was like, why do we have bugs here? I don't like this. It's creepy. So that's the look I was going for. And my daughter's not young either. She's 21. So, yeah. So here we are. Here's my little grasshopper friend and my little beetle and my little bee. And I think these came out so cute. Make sure you put in the comments down below if you were going to try something like this. And I'd love to see them. If you do them, tag me on Instagram so I could see how you do it. So this right here, this is just a hack. So this is Um, these are from Amazon. If I remember, I will link them in the description box below here so that you can pick some of these too. So I liked them because they were short. Like I have long ones as well, but I like them from the short and they require AAA batteries. So I picked up my AAA batteries from the Dollar Tree because let me tell you, they work just as well as the expensive ones. And I run my lights all the time. So it is remote operated, which I love. So you don't have to go and mess with the thing on the bottom to twist them on, because they do sell the emergency candles at the Dollar Tree. You can get those that way. It's 2 in a pack. And you can spray paint them black if you want and do the same concept, but you will have to take them off of your candle holders and turn them on and off. I'm lazy and I like a good remote. I just use hot glue on the top to give the drippy effect. I took them, painted them black. I lost the footage of me painting them black, but I painted the hot glue black. And here they are on my Harry Potter shrine, as my husband calls it. And they look so cool. So cool. I just love them. But it's just a simple hack to take something that you got from Amazon and to give it a little zhuzh so that it looks more realistic. And I love the flicker. So this project right here, I have had these boxes for like 3 years and I probably have 5 or 6 sets of them. And I just knew that eventually I would think of something to do with them. And I finally came up with the idea. So I am just taking my gold plate spray paint and I'm spraying the little brackets on the front with that. And then I'm going to come through with my black spray paint and I'm going to spray, oh my gosh, I could talk today. I'm going to spray paint my the entire little, all 3 boxes inside and out with the black spray paint. And yes, I'm covering up the gold, but you'll see when the project dries that I'll be able to sand it lightly and you'll be able to see the gold come through. That's just an extra step. You can also use rub and buff after you're done to kind of highlight the little plaques on the front there, or you could take them off if you don't like them at all, but I just thought it was super cute. So here they are all nice and dry from outside. So you pay for them separately. So $1.25 a piece, and then I'm also using paint stir sticks that I got for free when I got paint, or you could buy a pack of them for a couple bucks at the Home Depot. And then I'm just going through with my black chalkboard paint from the Dollar Tree, just to give it a light coat. Because if you've spray painted anything like this, that texture is just not the business sometimes, especially on something this kind of material. And so I basically gave a good little primer coat with the spray paint, and then I'm just going to lightly go over the fronts with the other paint, which is nice because it's a slick kind of that fake wood, so it helps the paint to adhere better. I painted the stir sticks black, and then I distressed them, and then I'm hot gluing them onto the back of the biggest box here on the bottom. So this was a learning element for me. You're going to see me move this all over the place because I was trying to figure out how I wanted this to go. Like I've told you guys in the past, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of a girl. I grabbed the box and knew I wanted to do something with them, and I just figured it out. So I'm winging it. So you don't have to. But I went to press down on that, and then boom, see, it comes unattached there, because I knew that I wanted to staple these in the back, because I don't have brad nails that are short enough to go in the back of this. And it took a little fendangling, as I like to call it, to make it work. And I also ended up stapling the stir sticks into the bottom piece as well. So lots of messing with that to make this come out the way that it did right here. But my mistakes are your gain. I would use wood glue if I were you. Again, I used hot glue because I'm in a hurry, but wood glue would be better, and staple it from the back, and it's very sturdy. So again, I'm with my hot glue here, and I'm going to hot glue all around because I want it to look creepy and drippy, like I have candle wax dripping all over my, um, it's not really a tiered tray. I mean, I guess it's tiered, but I'm not really a tiered tray kind of a girl, so we'll call it something else. But it's, it's in 3 tiers. It is what it is. So I'm going to go all around this and I'm going to put hot glue. So then, of course, I had pool noodles on backstock here. I am eventually going to make a big spider out of these, which I hope to share with you if I actually get it done. And I just used my little knife, which is awesome. Good job, Dollar Tree. It came from the Dollar Tree and it cuts the pool. It literally says pool noodle knife on the packaging. I know my pool noodles are black already, but I didn't want them, it just looks like a pool noodle. So I didn't want it to look like a pool noodle. So, and I also wanted that very matte that the chalkboard paint gives you here. And so I just went around the pool noodles with the black paint here. And then I'm taking my little box cutter and I am cutting the hole in the center bigger so that I can put my little ghosty candle in the top there. Now, I picked these up from the Dollar Tree the other day. They are adorable. Adorable. They're little ghost tea lights. I also got the little skull ones. They were on that like 4-paneled round fixture that they have by the front door. So if you're looking for them, that's probably where they're going to be because the couple of different Dollar Trees that I walked into, that's where they were. So go run and go get them because, oh my gosh, these little ghosties are so stinking cute. So I put one, I just used a little hot glue and I glued it to the top there. And originally I was going to do 3 ghosties with the bottoms to give it the little candle look. But as I was creatively thinking about my project here, I decided to go a different route. So I cut out a section of the back of the pool noodle and opened it up so that I could glue it to the side there on the bottom of my tiered tray. And then as you see, like I wanted the ghost to go there, but it didn't fit underneath the tiered tray. So we're only going to use one ghosty, which I'm okay with because they're so cute. I kind of want to spread them around. So I'm just putting some more hot glue over here. And then I'm going to put the pool noodle on the edge right there. Also, you see that I have some floral foam in there because these also came from the Dollar Tree, of course. They're beautiful. So now I slowed it down for you so that you could see what it looks like before I start filling it up. So I put glue all around the edge of the pool noodles to give it that drippy candle look. And again, because I had precariously situated these pool noodles on the tiers of the tray, I wasn't able to fit um, a tea light in there. If I would have made the candles smaller, I could have, but it wasn't that big of a deal to me. I don't really need this thing to light up. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see the end. And then I just took my little wire cutters there and I cut apart the this little floral bush right here. I ended up using 3 in total, and this is just the part where you get to play with it. There's different ones. They have ones with eyeballs. I think there's ones with spiders on them of the florals. You can use florals that you already have. You can use my idea where I took, regular everyday floral colors and spray painted them black. You can do, whatever you want. This is the fun part for you. This is where I gave you the base. You use your imagination to make the rest. And I'm just putting pieces of floral foam around the top. Of course, you can't see it because I don't have my camera pulled back, but that's what I'm doing. So yeah, so I'm just going to fill this up with florals. I love the black and this beautiful red. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous red. In the background there, I am watching Grey's Anatomy. Uh, for my age group, you think I would have watched it already, but I've never seen it. So I started from the beginning and I am hooked. Hooked, hooked, hooked. So that is what I'm watching nowadays while I craft. And It's just a good show. So let me know if you've seen it before, if you want to see it. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you watch it if you like those kind of shows. But if you've seen it already, tell me your favorite character. I'd love to know. So I just did all three. I'm doing all three trays here. So all three trays have a pool noodle. They have the glue on the top to make it look like melted wax. You can see here on the top of this one here that the the when you're using the pool noodle and the hot glue, you need to set the setting on low unless you want this destroyed candle look that I was going for, because the the super hot, like the hot setting on your glue gun, will melt the pool noodle. So use a lighter setting, but I wanted that destroyed candle look. That's what I was going for. So if you want that too, go ahead and use it on hot. And then I went around all of the areas where I put the glue to look like melting wax, and I painted it all white. So our top little tier is a white ghost on top, and so it looks like we have white ghosty wax residue coming down all over this project, and I just love it. I love the black, the white, and the red together. I think it is so cool and so creative. And yes, that's me tooting my own horn, because every once in a while you gots to do it. And this came out really cute. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you watch me paint the rest of this. And I hope you like it. Let me know if you do. Over it with the black paint. That's real helpful. The glue is easy to paint, but sometimes where it bubbles and you're trying to get around, you'll get it on, the base of your project, but it's okay. We just erase it with black paint. So then the pool noodle knife doesn't work that great with floral foam. It kind of breaks it apart, but it got the job done, and I just didn't want to get up and get one of my steak knives because that's normally what I use. Um, but I'm just going to add a little glue to this and stick this on the bottom. So you don't have to put florals on all three layers. I just thought that it was going to look really cool that way. You could use it as like a candy dish on the bottom and just have the other stuff on top. You could just, if you don't want to just throw it on the painted surface, obviously individually wrapped candies would be fine here. But if you wanted to throw some candy corns in there or something like that, you could put a little bowl on the bottom there. But I just love the color scheme here, and I think it came out really cute. And I love the little skulls that came here, and these little black little woodsy looking things. I made sure to include them in the florals here and there just to give it a little bit more dimension. But I hope you guys love this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. That pillow in the background says Bad Witch on one side and Good Witch on the other. And my friend Sheridan bought that for me because she is my favorite witch lady ever. And she is the lady that got me hooked on Halloween. So we always end up buying each other these cute little Halloween things every year. And that's what she got me this year. So here is the next project. This is the final project for this video, and this is a wire wreath from the Dollar Tree. This is the big one. So they have the smaller ones, but this was the big one, and I have, just a couple left of these, so I definitely wanted to use one. I know I've made a wreath already for Halloween, but you can never have too many wreaths. And honestly, I think I'm going to take this project to work and put it up for the month of October because I work for a school district, and I think it would be fun. So either that, or I show up at my childhood best friend's house, and she comes home from work and there is a new wreath on her door. So I do wreath door ditch So, so who knows where it's going to end up, but this was a fun project. And I'm sure you've seen the projects where people have made the wire wreaths into the crescent moons. So I just took my wire cutters and I cut off a few sections. And here's my advice. I would cut off another section. I think that I would like the opening to be just a little bit bigger. But, of course, it's your preference. But after I was done, I was like, oh man, I wish I would have cut off just a little bit more. But either way, I think it still comes out really cute. And here is me with my handy dandy masking tape. I know a lot of people use duct tape for everything. I'm not masking tape, electrical tape. I'm an electrical tape girl. I love the texture of it. I love the flexibility of it, and I don't have to worry about it catching on fire, apparently. So I am just going to take this black electrical tape and I'm going to lightly wrap it around the entire wreath. So I go all the way around the whole thing, and I want to say it took me probably the whole roll to do this. I think I had to dip into the second roll. Or no. Nah, it wasn't that much. But I got them from the Dollar Tree. They come two to a package, so, not a bad price. So I go all the way around, and this is what it looks like. So if you don't have the electrical tape, you can. I've seen people hot glue directly onto the metal. That's never really worked for me that well, but I have seen people do it. Um, you could wrap fabric on there, or burlap, or anything to help put a make a base so that you can um, glue these ornaments on your wreath here. And these are all from the Dollar Tree in the Halloweeny section. And I pretty sure I used 6 packages, but I was still a couple short. So I would get 7 just to be sure. And again, this is the big wreath. So if you got the smaller wreath form, then you would need a package less. So I am going to go around and I'm just taking the little part where you would hang this if you were using it as an ornament, and taking my wire cutters, clipping off the end, and then adding hot glue and sticking it to the tape. Now you got to hang on to it for a little while. You can't just be all willy-nilly, put it on there and expect it to stick. Hold it for a few seconds to adhere, but it sticks really well. Like, after this project was done, I jingled it around to see like how sturdy it is, and nothing fell off. So the hot glue works fabulous on electrical tape. So people always ask me what my like most needed DIY tools are. Number one is a hot glue gun. Number two would be wire cutters. Number three would be electrical tape. Number four, um, I guess paints would be higher up there. But, as far as tools go, things that you need to like do these projects, that's pretty much what I use is wire cutters, a glue gun, electrical tape, paint. Like, I mean, as far as like tools go, I wouldn't consider paint a tool, but that's pretty much all I use. A drill. A drill. I definitely would suggest you get one if you don't have one. As you see, mine is a pretty pink. I've had it for 13 years. My husband bought it for me when I first started redoing furniture, and it is still kicking. I absolutely love it too. And he bought me a pink toolbox to go with it, like a big one on rollers. And so all of our tools are in a pink toolbox, and I just love it. So I'm just going to go around here and I am going to glue a whole bunch of ornaments to the tape, and then I add a little glue here and there to the sides of these ornaments, and we go from there. I don't remember why I pulled them off and then put them back on. Maybe I just didn't like the way I had them put, but I left it in there for to show you guys the process of my thinking. And then this hand is gorgeous. If you haven't ran to the Dollar Tree yet from all of my videos, go there and get one of these hands. They are so beautiful for $1.25. So strong, sturdy. They're like a super tough plastic. And but they look like they're resin. They're gorgeous. You can't get something like this anywhere else for that price. They are beautiful. They had hands and feet, which I think is hysterical. So I just kind of split open an area in the tape, slid it in there, and used a little bit more tape to adhere it to it. That kind of was, an afterthought. I didn't originally think I was going to do that, but I just thought it was the extra cool little piece this wreath was going to need. And then I continued on gluing some more ornaments. Now I'm going to add some purple in. They had and purple and just the orange and black, I'm sure. I'm not sure if there's other colors in these. I mean, they do have the new ones that they came out with, which is what I used when I used my cauldron. But the glitter ones, like, how I have the purple that are glitter and the orange that are glitter, they're white glitter ones that are like iridescent, that went with the iridescent bulbs that I used, are too too Christmassy for this project, so I didn't use them because I have about five, I think I have 10 tubes of those left over because I used all the clear ones out of it. So, um, but Christmas is around the corner, and uh, so some happy crafts will be coming for that too. But would you do yours all purple? Would you add the orange into? There's something about the purple and the orange and the black that just give me the fun little Halloween spirit feeling whenever I see those colors together. These will match my spooky tree that I made in my last video. And then I ran a couple short, so I had these um, styrofoam jack-o'-lantern picks, also from the Dollar Tree. I just kind of went in my stash and pulled out anything that was round and would fit in those spaces so that I didn't have empty spaces showing on there. And then those little tiny bulbs are also from the Dollar Tree. Um, to fill in any areas where I have any gaps, because I would have used the bigger ornaments to go over um, on the left side, like you can see on the right where I have some on the top here. But because I ran out of ornaments and it wasn't going to go by anymore because I was working with what I had, I just figured it out from there. And I did have a bunch of these little ornaments. These little picks and things are also from the Dollar Tree, big shocker. Um, and I've had these in my stash since last year when they came out. I did add a little bat to one of the ornaments. Even though it has a spider web, I thought the bat was cute because it kind of raised it up and gave it a little bit more dimension there. And then as you see, I put a ring on it, and these are the little spider gem rings from the Dollar Tree. And I just thought that he needed a ring as well. And I just go around and I fill in any nooks and crannies so that you can't see the black electrical tape, which if you can, it's not a big deal because it's a black base. And nobody's going to go, oh, girl, did you put electrical tape underneath your wreath? No. They're going to see this wreath and they're going to be like, that is the cutest thing ever. Where did you get it from? And you're going to be so proud to say, well, I made it. I made it for under 20 bucks from the Dollar Tree. So, because if you know and have bought wreaths anytime recently, wreaths are so, so expensive. So I think a wreath at this price range is so awesome that I wanted to share with you many different ways to have cool wreaths for a good, affordable price. And then we are back with our little feathers that I've put on other projects. And I wanted things to kind of like, you know, it to have different textures, different levels, that kind of stuff. So at any point you can stop. But if you haven't noticed already by now, I am as extra as they get, and I always have to add a little bit more. Sometimes I go too far, sometimes it's not enough. But like I said, this is your creative process. I'm giving you a base to work with. You work with your creative process and you do you. And I'll do me, and everybody's happy at the end of the day. But definitely, I suggest putting a ring on it because it's so cute. But I hope you love this project as much as I had fun making it. And I will see you guys again in the next video. Thank you for being here.